Hello, hello, all you lovely people. Professor Gray here, and I'm hoping that your first week of classes is going quite well. So, this is my first weekly success tip for y'all, and for this, I would like to talk about the importance of taking notes in this class. Yeah, so I know for an online class like this, it's probably pretty tempting not to take many notes. You just watch the videos, skim the reading, etc. But really, seriously, take notes. I mean, of course I can't check in and see what you're doing out there, but taking notes will make a huge difference in this class. I really do think you should treat this like you would any other class where you would come in and take notes. And all the rest of that. And I think this will make taking notes will make a huge difference for your performance in this class. After all the quizzes, all the unit exams, these are all open book, open notes. And so having notes at the very, very least will make it much more quickly for you to look things up and recall key points without having to like literally rewatch every video or dig through the reading. So I do strongly suggest you take notes. And some of you have probably heard this in your other classes, but we remember so much better when we take notes by hand. It turns out, studies have shown this, that if you type out your notes, you do not have the same level of recall and ability to, process these things. So yes, take notes by hand. And so, if possible, have a notebook handy. I have so many notebooks handy right now, because every time even when I'm in a Zoom meeting or whatever, I'm taking notes. If I'm watching a video, which sometimes I do for things, if it's for, course or work related, I take notes. And then I recently got this fancy, remarkable thing. It's really cool. So it's a digital tablet. But either way, do something that involves you actually writing. So if you do have a tablet or something, yeah, use a stylus or maybe your finger. I don't know. But either way, the idea is writing it out. You'll remember it so much better. Now, when taking notes, don't try to write down every single thing I'm saying. You have the videos there. You have the reading there. You don't have to write everything down. So you can always replay specific points. And like I said, taking notes will at the very least give you a sense of, oh yeah, I should go look at like somewhere in the middle of video 3 of module 2 or whatever. That at the very least the notes will help you with. And if you just keep kind of a little bit of what video or what reading you're in, if you do have to go back, at least you'll know right away. But otherwise, in terms of just kind of a general sense of what I'm covering in each video, more specifically, I would say when you're taking notes, try to get like the definitions of philosophical terms. Try to capture the main points that I'm saying. If I'm discussing 3 things, make sure you've 1, 2, 3, you've written in your notes. When I'm making arguments, make sure you're summarizing the key points of those arguments, like what's the premise, what's the conclusion. Next week, we'll talk in more detail about those things. But hopefully these things in my videos shouldn't be too hard to identify, because I do have a habit of repeating important ideas a lot, and I do have the Panopto quizzes pop up and point you to specific things. So otherwise, again, just take enough notes so that if you have to go back to the video or the readings, you know where to go and look for it. And I do think, by the way, that taking notes will make this class a bit more dynamic. This whole, again, we're online. We don't get to see each other. It's difficult doing this alone. I don't like, I know that how that is. And so as you're reading or watching my videos, you might make a note of, oh, this would be a good thing to post about on Twitter, or, ooh, I should look this up and then say something in perusal. So the idea is you can make this more dynamic, and I think you'll get, again, a ton more out of this course. Anyhow, that's probably way more than enough on this. That's all I have to say. Hey, have a good first week of classes. I hope they continue to go great for you. And as always, take care, stay safe.